Poor dad can't buy shoes for his daughter. Then Rock steps in and changes their lives. The father stands in front of a display window at a local store, staring at a pair of shoes. His hand trembles as he looks at the price tag. The shoes are perfect for his daughter, Emily, but the price is out of reach. He looks at his phone once more. Missed calls from the landlord. Bill reminders, rent overdue. His heart sinks further. Emily needs the shoes for her school play tomorrow, and he promised he would get them. She's been so excited, and the thought of letting her down makes his chest tighten. He mutters to himself, "How am I supposed to do this? How can I even face her?" His hands instinctively reach for his wallet, pulling out the last of his cash. It's not enough for the shoes, not even close. He turns away from the store, feeling the weight of failure. He knows he's already fallen behind on bills, but seeing her face tomorrow, disappointed. He can't bear it. Walking away, defeated. He almost bumps into someone. The Rock. "Hey, looks like you could use some help." Rock says, his voice warm and genuine. The father, startled, shakes his head. I'm fine." Rock looks at him for a moment, then glances at the shoes in the window. "I can see. You're not fine. We all need help. Sometimes." The father hesitates. I can't just take help from a stranger." Rock nods knowingly. "I get it. You've been doing it all on your own for so long, but sometimes it's not about weakness. It's about survival. And maybe that's the kind of help you need today." The father looks at Rock, then down at his wallet, then back at the shoes. I don't know," he says, his voice wavering. Rock reaches into his own wallet and pulls out a generous amount of cash, offering it with no expectation in return. "Take it. Buy the shoes. But most importantly, remember someone helped me once when I needed it. Now, it's my turn." The father walks down the street holding the money, but every step feels heavier than the last. His mind races. How can I accept this? The face of his daughter, smiling with excitement about the play, flashes in his mind. He can't bear the thought of her disappointment. But then a thought flickers, a memory of a time when he had nothing, a time when a stranger had given him food. When he was hungry and alone, he remembers the warmth of that act, and it filled him with something beyond just hunger. Hope. He rubs his face. Torn. I can't just take money from someone I don't even know. I should have figured this out myself. But deep down, he knows he can't do it alone anymore. Maybe accepting help is the step that will get him back on track. With a deep sigh, he heads back to the store, holding the money tightly. He doesn't know if it's pride or fear, but his hand trembles as he makes his purchase. The shoes are now in his hands, and for the first time today, he feels like a weight has lifted. Rock watches from the distance as the father walks into the store. There's a quiet understanding in his eyes. He's not a man who helps for recognition. Rock's own memories flood his mind. He remembers when he was younger, sitting alone in the cold, hungry, feeling like he was invisible. A stranger had stopped, then offered him a meal. Rock never forgot that simple act of kindness, how it gave him the courage to keep going. Sometimes it's the small things that mean the most, he says quietly to himself. Know that what he's done may not seem like much, but it's enough to change someone's life. Later that evening, the father walks home with Emily. She's excited, telling him about her play and what she's going to wear. He listens to her chatter, but his mind is elsewhere. They pass a park where an elderly woman is sitting alone on a bench, shivering without thinking. The father stops. He looks at her hands trembling from the cold, and then he remembers the kindness he received earlier. That That day, "Excuse me, ma'am," he says, his voice quiet. "Would you like some coffee? I've got a little extra, and it's cold out here." The woman looks up, surprised. The next day, as the father walks through the park again, he sees the elderly woman helping a child who has dropped their ice cream cone. The child smiles up at her, and she offers him a few dollars to buy another. The father stands back, watching. The woman's kindness has now rippled out, touching the life of another. Sometimes it's the small things that matter. He thinks, remembering rock words. He walks away. Emily by his side, feeling lighter than he has in a long time. They both know the world is full of struggles, but it's also full of kindness. And that's what keeps them going as they walk home. The father turns to Emily with a smile. Let's always remember to pass it on. Kindness, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that changes lives, including our own. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for more inspiring stories. Thanks for watching.